everybody. Today we're going to talk about a question I get asked a lot, is what is the best martial art for self-defense? There's no straight answer to that. You need a martial art or a fighting system that incorporates lots of different aspects of martial interaction. You need something with striking and something with grappling or throwing. If you have one without the other, you can get caught short. Think about it. If I'm standing up and I'm boxing with somebody, I can hit them with a knockout blow, finish the fight in seconds. So I want to talk a little bit about which martial arts are important and when. So something like boxing or kickboxing is great for your personal confidence to know that you have that knockout power, for your speed and agility, and it's also great for your spacing as well. So you know roughly when your opponent can hurt you and when you can hurt them, when you're in range, how to move out of range, and how to avoid some basic strikes being thrown your way. Mid-range is where things like Aikido come into play. It's great for moving out of the way and then blending with your opponent and finishing a move, which can, you've got the choice with Aikido. It means you can take them down hard to the floor, you can break a limb on the way down, you can smash the face through the concrete, or you can take them down gently and subdue them. It's kind of up to you. With boxing, you have no choice but to hurt your opponent. It's kind of a you or them in that situation. But then on the flip side, if a fight gets taken down to the ground, you need some elements of groundwork. You need Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to keep you safe and to control your opponent in those really tight, close quarters. So you need to think about when is appropriate for each martial art. Similarly with boxing, unless you're doing kickboxing, you're not used to kicks coming your way. You're gonna duck or try and roll under. You could get caught with a kick and then it's game over. Also, weapons. If I'm trying to have a stand-up boxing match or striking match with somebody and they've got a knife in their hand, first of all, that's giving them the length of the blade extra in reach, and it means the danger for me is far more than it is for them. Maybe they try and stab me and I can step back, but other than that, I haven't really got a system to deal with that level of attack and that level of threat coming towards me. So what are the cons when it comes to Aikido? First of all, it takes a long time to become proficient at it. It takes years of training to master it as a self-defense system. Secondly, sometimes the attacks can be unrealistic. And if you're not pressure testing in your training, if you're not having multiple attackers coming at you and you don't know what attack they're going to throw and they're not throwing combinations, you can get a false sense of security. And lastly, there's very little or no groundwork. If you get dumped down in a tackle and put flat on your back, where do you go from there in Aikido? So JiuJitsu, what are the bad points about JiuJitsu? Well, equally, it can take a long time to learn, certainly a long time to master. And really, it's only good for fighting one opponent. If you have more than one attacker coming at you at a time, you can't take somebody down and control them. Because guess what? You're going to get kicked in the head by the other person. Another point is if you're not pressure testing in your training where people are adding strikes when you're fiddling about, then it's not going to be a self-defense system that you can rely on. So unless you're training realistic attacks, if I take somebody down or they take me down, whoever is on top is going to start raining down blows. If you're trying to fiddle about with an arm lock or getting your thumbs in somebody's collar, when realistically they're going to be smashing you onto the floor, it's something you need to train. You need to protect yourself. Watch out for headbutts. You need to be aware of how that person can hurt you. So having addressed all the different martial arts and their pros and their cons, the good points and the bad points, what we aim to do here at London Self-Defense Academy is blend those martial arts together, take the best and the most workable bits from each area and create a self-defense system that is reliable, quick and will work in the real world.
It's a microphone.